board the wa wonim ya tete so that anye ne and high sense obu free tete nneoma so some open na TV and asem open air condition obi a woro ensom fridge ne ye kan say big side ye cold store kase pa no you obi ma ho and afa TV no ye no so omori akase pa e dey buy say the largest TV super the biggest womu and launch latest cra womu adem abe jaman so na ye kan nneoma use for kitchen some microwave no and afa ban say kettle and open rice cooker ni nyina benya bi ensom mato mo amutie mo takrade mo amu sunyan mo amu ewo enkran kumase and afa tachiman yen so room ni bie enado pay a 0302550000 na afa wremu enado pay tabia no ewo adwaman so bia malaria ache na no pay on pet tabia herbal mixture na onum 3D malaria yi ebetu ayira because tabia do ndem say buy a record ekita no malaria pa de minim kroma edua anu ohye eten tabia herbal mixture do ya numbi yenum de wom tabia ba capsules esisiei amaman ache aboso a wuna bi na afa obo be yisisiei ma amaman enso madiamo ana afa ye ka the ultimate no enom tabia taku mema nyina dro ma enso dro otafre bi ubedi emu ode pamagudi olibi doi atinka no uni a ebeboa pa 0243686861 na wabon komanuama enso ndabeko kamade amount ye remo Alaska Star Enterprise Alaska what the new mother naba wallpaper and single room beams small boy a friend was his also your girl service be or over say my demo you need to mean big one what small room be our best man and no wallpapers near diama dem ye fepa will be or blind curtains outdoor and I feel so fat check over see and I open PVC floor tiles and mbia open mat to from nina what be about mo busa baby or doom sisi ano pay make as ya bie yane boss FM building edian mhwe across so cycle tiptoe lane ho 0554 114878 na wadi unkomo root and roll no e joma so router Mr. Router Life and your router tonic na edrey 31 mo say sisi no yare bia ne de esa Mr. no ebo malaria away ono said the malaria na di emre enadodo adi bia oni pedua mo ono ma ebe your Router Life and no mamo jedi efusani online and on satire titriti a obenom say dro bi anafe eba no Router tonic and your typhoid no and also ebeko root and ray our pharmacies anafe hospital our nationwide be bia no obejatum anase obenya biato FDA wo mo approve adre 0244 0244485632 nafe wafre enkomo bia se odi no na onso watimi adi ye rem na afia to aso ye betu kwa ye bekwa mo no ne na uche me na no pe na udidi a wo de didi na uwi a me de utu kwa Sicoms Connect wo man daroma wo mu na sem nka to say Europe na beso ko Asia and asem bia North America US of A and Canada wo mu akwan abi na akwan na abi na adwuma sem o utie me na uye general nurse and midwife and obia where coming tani what board that was what Ghana and father I say this joy mercy ni what temo taibi e mo dunia de na mo sikaki to bi deja wunya amono ne de mo du pa into electrician wo wonso wo ye can say driver utimi twika kwa na wagadugu any adway ekwanya bie ama o kofon cross o kwa akoya adwuma fanambai na efre wo mu na WhatsApp wo mu 0553 732982 na wadun komo enano pebi bia be kama enso matimi atama na Lawson Dr. Lawson the Lawson and the dilemma no adiabo dilemma no se bema adeba ko betima mi adu atum so wo bema enya ko masika be yi ato na me ko adwuma bo bomi mpusu anwumrei na obeba ya bo bema nkwan kama na wanuma wie be bo adwuma na afi oto anansema eba ne sa be to graphic kama man fucking kan and a boy see o my what etachire atase o mo ye warm up dindindio reserve player bi adwobone woni tinim enti said o mo ye wa chire no bra wanye wadwuma ye o mesa wa chikra enti esra wa ese dilemma bi tesi de nyabi na nom na gie enti sa dia o me ha dwen boys no wa chire na dilemma capsules no so no de ma nom ada soronko se wo ye adwuma den na nyabi no ma e ma o pensi ni nyina no ensom na ko especially enu anu ma na mo ko afichira na mo te ya no ma dro no e dilemma capsules capsules and overboa 0248619999 unya bia and your man some abe kama bema de o mema yono yase bo adwuma bia ye kan ye wako bo asemaba asemba de a say bo na afi ye say you free mu ya na ye be bo lawyer nie na edro no ye currency ko mu na ende edro we a ye fe ne zero mixture ni G capsules de aba na G no ene capsules no mixture no 2-in-1 no be no mabom eno be yi gono no se Felix no candidate rashes na be gun komo no so ni nyina be free so e de amount na man capsules no wi eno ye memedro be ma bia hia bi se onya bi nom na otimi aye adwuma na afi hindi health mixture ni typhoid na afi e ba na diabetes so etu ase pa 0246 348-334 na wadu nkomo ye wie e power specialist about hospital ye ma me doctor koso adua ye ni hepatitis fatty liver obi a fibroid eda ne yam na wofu aye kase ni nyina no se eba ne sa obetimi aboa mananane enso afri okra abra onye operation eno na man da sronko kidney and no problem eno so ya ma me wadro abibidro crochin awo no enso na de boy juma ye ma me e wo heba mixture eno ye malamis no eno ye malaria dro cough care ba mixture obowa eno so be boa na afedua heba tonic onu mantoa wadro eni adrei e wo pharmacy na afi o pesa hospital mo akra no kwa benya ACP road our power hospital bus stop abronsan fe bi our kwan ho a wudu kumasi fe asebosumtwi road a eno so obo adwuma wadua ya junction mo takrade ase wo rekodo e wa na GX to 0244 544-422 na oni ya mame doctor akosua aduaya abo enkomo ende anopi fancy di Maria.
Okay. Baby, I agree. Your baba share your question of the day. I have proudly brought to you by Amuzu P. Helbal Meshamuzu P. I don't know any no infection. I draw a man in Memano Mutie and so and no. Yabo Marian Sabi PB Antona one of no and a Buama Wawa infected say Babi Nadima, Beme Benedima o and I say BIUZ Bia WCB ni Adena also Waka Kwenya Bia Odiano Amuzu P. Helbal Meschanene. Dr. Amuzu say yemisa say say sere no masi kwana nyabia no man siri ejemu ana siri for no title charge no saying ana wo hwa enyoma besi akọ say is Man City league title bid over a question and wo bisa is Manchester City's league title bid over no Amuzu P question of the day. As a city foreign can be one couple.
Ghana for Madrid Benji and fancy Syria will say it's over by R2B's voice. Nese Adeno Ajegonkra and no about Pedro Medina was still not over. Okay, and no Pedro message no will so Nanaya Casti say of course over crowd da Adeno GF woman 7 no message on also a day about where Nana Kwame Ajari say no it's not over. Okay, City still omo race no the message or them Benano pay Nanaya everlasting say I'm Nanaya from Brussels. Yes, couple no doubt Arsenal winning league no and no the message on also a day amaye Mr. Junior where I missed Junior say no chance again couple there's a chance be anyone from my city and I want some no where so Majestic DC say no they still have no they still have the chance. Okay, and a message or no day about and come Vincent was say yes Arsenal for a fee woman ana edge tight no parkwasi as a big no and no and so a day about excellent Lord say maybe and no excellent messenger or no a day about dronyako say it's over for the citizens. They say ayaka amawumu.
Well, and revivalist of Fori Amanfo don't say okay, Nadia no Manisha say Liverpool for them and I bet a Premier League no could some and a day some message no and so Bafe Isaac Name say over and the Man City team no and Benjamin Kobe Anyima was say Arsenal will win quadruple this season. The message and some way and so as Arsenal and about Premier League no de eso mo na so nya de say Man City for no be bakra e di play say Arsenal and e win here ono so message and so any and when so I say Man City for no aye over the mo nti and na Mashado so and so nti anu no yemre na afia ma to so still live on Wontumi TV digital satellite Birthway and so Adarman and pay Yako Flowering Day stories and so Abba T and the say Ahomeji mana
say Nadia and say Jahome radio corner say
because
Wontumi
the Omai
man your my basa
ya wo ma punanka feature kono
from a big pa weekend is a year be the anka mo be kire me pa
yes
media free to her media year you order maybe
okay
me kwala me twam budget credit expenditure cause kind media we so number
and am too hey Jesus Wontumi plan it yeah me see
now so open to me na unyina be to car na
nyini dia me
to aeroplane
hey sampe ni bati Yesusu anu de eze na unkwani ko school am nchire o mo abrabo no class room o P4 P5 o ba na mo chire wo de wo mo yo me fa mo as adwene different or adwene different
anya na no ya na Ibrahim Ahmasa akuru ba ko
ni easy cry
private jet munu so cool
ni easy
ya komre
see the other so ni easy cry o kwa na se wo ko hey ya wo to see so a won che de
a movement
tintin yo ba we ya wo to private jet so a won che tu dan abefa wiem ya wo to jet so a ana Ibrahim ama baby omo yawo omo to jet so tetene ya nananom no omo nkura na onse nkura se ni ade ntino omo to si yesu ntino omo soro ba ese de ese no eze mu yifiri ona mo pe jet bi ni Range Rover bi na mo de nkura na to so
no you ya me wo hoda se uji dia fancy
Chama say fancy you stubborn
sponsor there no any fancy
Chama
fancy you do strong
yeah that's so yeah but you time we share because now what's your na chi kakra
abada bia me hwemo adwuma ne koso sa me hwe aye sports e wo Ghana there I can confidently confirm say aye Wontumi sports no ene na ye number 1 just say aye star bia bi ana wo dey bo
that's right
na atapuku baby o bia on samra so otomua baby
bishop e wo bia
bishop wo bia on samra
adwuma sisi
on samra adwuma
na so on two car okay tu shama me say bishop atuka awo
atomua ba na vini ekizizo akasa
nice
many ekizizo akasa that say adwuma no Wontumi sports ebegu so ayekese na be yekese ya na ho aso no obi atie abrochire me wo ho ne ade ya yi nyina ehwa no obi a no etie mo yekese mo ye tough enu ti no me be sorry anopa na Wontumi me tie Wontumi sports bibie no ha meye what I say I one just say your point nko nti no ena maba ya lunch no so you be have
chema de na so
chema de atemu wa class at some kukudi mo
chema ono chema se betunu ya tell you se because chema de nye ana alert nam de masa wa ya gani when you want to take it ya womba floor masa chema da senso because them say time on common start say course na my yinkakra ba chema we chairman wallahi
baba
atakre kopem mo atawo achi
I'm not na atawo kodi mo emu de o de
for me for prerudo mo for prerudo
o de be ma say triple atabo kodi be siu ko chairman na me ya be ba so de na be ko me say da ensem de mo kotokomo de na ade nyina na nyoma e koso Ghana league akwa na I'm person of this cabeshimana chema league moye
I kotoko de minim say Mamini kancha santamai na mencha santamai ra yura yehne angwa juma no you yame wo hoda se uji didia obeya juma asachre ni no you yame wo hoda se uji didia obeya juma ye bompaye shamaki Israel Yehovah Elahenu Yehovah Ekad we ahata et Yehovah Elohika bika luvika uvika naveshika uvika miyodika tode yashak in English in the name of Jesus amen.
Amen. Shout out, come on, boy, Kapo. Say, Kapo chairman. I feel chairman. Yes. Got time at Tabu Casamu, some messages and a Ben Obia say, hey, oh, chairman, ya dear pa, say, watch me assemble. I just quite be coming, and papa, me.
Na guess it is how
to say met me around pinning now one also but and now so wouldn't say Guswa Yakaseno Yaonia Canasa run in no chas house nanum and chas a moon ceremony no say will be on some fruits I want them and a bed a Premier League and some Yakon one so survive here now when your time I'm on the 10 on play and Jumadia your father saw Wontumi sports by Tawabrano and some Anopabia time unti Yana Toto to announce Adama make it and London Derby game and some about so West Ham Bokono Womuko Craven Cottage Okoshe and your full Americana back our Bracadana your father said Crescencio Summerfield I don't share the only goal and some our Sama Chinemo now what Blamin said Canasa Wisha Ayama Chana Abbas so wouldn't say Ayaria said Sharod Bowen no and I was your captain and some Adama Bokua your father said Aya West Ham and I Casino Tottenham Ababona Sakobasabia yes Spurs omu game omu ba womu so another London derby no sa omu so much in Kwandia na near 1 point and a best separate yes Spurs and a club your father sa West Ham omu the 18th our year your father sa relegation zone mo and to Spurs and Panawasama I was saying that drew Wompo I was so say wobo draw wobo trim 2 points and as well so game so still now no I had 1 point ababam and as well I win and I drew so dia na ye chesa Spurs aye side womo som abetwem aye 4 points a chesa ye aye seri abesia kona womo musa Sharod Bowen so pani na anyabia no wo tiri ye say mo so mo betimi survive really gaye boy anyabia no tiri say bia ye bewie na abeto twasa West Ham team no womo som anko relegation mo so mo survive na ana Sharod Bowen say of course na dobeso kan nyina no say womo awo tiri ye mapa awo chesa Pabiamo will be our body ball and some Adama West Ham actors will be your CK and some Adama West Ham Biano. One more Jirio Sani Panam Sayed there. One of some other Brahmania can say survivor and also Abawuko and your West Ham and just one Bisan Canam and Jean-Claude Toti Bonnet as all the Sassinum and Quadano. Woman announce Abba Brahma Chessa Timono. Woman some Latimia survivor and some by Abdel Elba. Now I bring a Guswaya survival and some archers and a Mona Tia Bassas Spurs among ya woman some about me Yakono when said to me and say I'm a brand tobacco Shadrach when Yakorana for Pedro Poro one of your ball and some Adama Spurs Omutimino now Poro and was say we interview Ako Spain on one chrome and Omubisan saying na no bona Atletico Madrid and Barcelona boya Barca for ball 3-0 ekaki tuabi nanka Barca no so me come back na nyabiano wo hwe sabo ni biana ana poros o shabi ana nipa no bisa no sanane ye ma wakonya sabi name we bia wo ya chese sporting director Emma Spurs nanka bia two teams no to nipa bakom afana bra Spurs nanka omabuamu team na wi ana wonso abasign no adenama
ɛyɛ tɔdrɔmɔ spectum no ɛna Pedro Poro ɛsɛ ankɔbɛtɔ ɛyɛ akwadaa no a yɛfɛ no sɛ Pedri na bɔɔl paa Pedro bɔɔl no na ɔkae sɛ no a mɛbɛka sɛ koke ɛkora se wɔma yɛ lucky sɛ akwadaa no ɛyɛ Spaniard na kyɛ sɛ akwadaa no yɛ obi ɔno ɛnsom afiri Spain na kyɛ sɛ ne Pedro Poro ɛnsom ɛre nso sɛ nkɔtumi de Pedri abapa ɛno ano sɛ nkɔbɛbɔnte ɛyɛ team no around ɛyɛ Pedri the whole team woyɛ striker woyɛ midfielder woyɛ goalkeeper woyɛ hwan yɛgyina ɛyɛ Pedri so ɛna yɛde abɔnte ɛyɛ Spurs ɔmo team because sɛ wowɔ akwara no ɛfa no sɛ Pedri a there is no way sɛ bia results yɛ sɛ sɛ wɔn nso ɛtwerɛ no nyinaa no ɛno nso ɛbɛtumi abam toɔ no deɛ wɔnya akonya no nkwa deɛ player yɛfa no sɛ Pedri ɔno ɛna ɔbɛsɛn ne nso adeɛma side a ɛnom ɛyɛ Spurs na ɔmo goalkeeper no yɛfa no ɛyɛ Guglielmo Vicario na Spurs goalkeeper no nie mɛbɛka the last time sɛ Inter Milan and some other so many kind of evolution Yamayama season way and some corner area more now come out ball. I am Marcus Thuram, no any other players no me bonus more now should be at the show. Now German second Interfono Wabro Baya almost sounded out MOB out to say woman some up Vicario no report on me on some Brian so catch the agent Teresa Omni Interning come on your season on also the Swoko. Now I'm obeso come back to Italy just Italy no Inter Milan no club adoncha one say Guglielmo Vicario and some obeso kotwa so and some armasa team no na yeka onum say na no kase no say Arsenal onum say mame ayo Polymarket sharo kabanya ayesa graph and some adamamia wo bi onum say Arsenal and abeje ayo Premier League no and no according to start na mereba to Ghana no according to Premier League wɔn so kwa product akyɛsɛ ayɛ the Guinness ana bɛgye ama kyɛsɛ Man City chances no ɛnso adrɔpe ɛde aba just 18% ɛsɛ City ɛbɛtumi agye ana ɛba no ne yɛka no sɛ ayɛ akyɛsɛ 82% na ne nyinaa so kɔ ɛde ma the Guinness na wei ayɛ according to Polymarket na Polymarket for no sɛ yɛwɔ to jasa ɛna clubs a wɔn chances ɛwɔ soro sɛ ɔmo nso ɛbɛ finish top 4 ɔmo di kan no ayɛ Man City wɔn ma Man City 99% ɛyɛ chances sɛ Man City ɛbɛwura ɛwɔ top 4 ɛna Arsenal na wɔdi kan ɛnso ɛwɔ Premier League table no so no wɔn ma the Gunners 98% na hɛ no ɔnsan confusing because the moment ɛyɛ there a ɔmo bɛ gye league no deɛ automatically qualify for top 4 na so komase bia wo the Man City mom enso aba dikan ewa bia top 4 no so na wo ma the Gunners aba toso me anu dia na just automatically no wo mom aba so mo chasa Man City aba pepe Arsenal wo mo be jam aye Premier League no enso aba akọ 99% Arsenal aba tina 98% ama Manchester United chances for aye top 4 enso aba 70% and what we shall Liverpool for now. Liverpool for Jano and some 46% and no a serious city of Broadway and some according to your Polymarket partner. One some Adomodiano and Abanano Peno and some our shadows na Yankanino. Mamma manager for the pub Gajole. William say manager on and some crossmano pay Medaba to Gasam Aquadana. Your friend of Bernardo Solfa essay. Woman I know Wafa says used to because Adiano Esia referee ready so about Jamal. Woman a penalty clear referee so that be one yem matches a hard jumper. Now almost our coach of Vanessa Pep essay opening and Abiano Ellen Land at no penalty and manager said nothing to say. Nelson what is shaker and pa one cache now Okutanasia woman I say your post match and some near Kansas City woman so plus room and Abako and some Babusan say na Matt Sales and some situation abaya what then hoka Ellen Halantino and be an onion say a penalty and I quote and say Yaman to just say, and you ma Elcoson said, and come here dealing now. Was say, on Abubia, Yana or Julia I was some Man City, and some I am much better. Now, Obube, Abena Obus, I would tell you, I was some Man City, Ekikomo, Nam Amamon Elcoso, a chain say, what do we need ever to reference? So, as I say, case and camera, Man City, the cash of 4, Man City, the cash of 5, and I can be away by, and a referee cross on Gia, and Yanasan Kabia, Yababin Comoso, and a bonum, a penalty, and a bon referee, and Yana fine Kosi Hena, where you Wayani, I take to a bus working in answer, one woman at two referees, one more ever drama docuno because an official being one I already swab and will be also ready Sabia intervention be and some other judgment. I am come out coach and runs a pep, one on some antenna manager, the bus working in answer Premier League title. A young Cornelia Premier League, young year or certain matches are coming in, and some adults now matches Bassa Makuma Kunai Ake, BBA Betimia see a room, and your man some Betimia happen our brother according to coach. Your father's a pep, one of our juniors are still now, one of the Suum, Yentian Sama coach, your father's a pep Gadiola, one of some attitude Gana, such as where your bazaar. Now, Marilla knows what necessity for the tono, have you free, and maybe your Germany Kabaya, timely intervention or not, what did I be cry? Bonus, I sit to support to see many sorry, we have some Marilla, and some brother from a Hanamona, the form, I just have had jumper, Yentia Pep, our penny, one of our GDS, woman and your season be beer. To Messi, coach.
Feeling used to play for them more or less, and now it's Newcastle. Always I thought about that. So what's next? So nothing too much, analyze, and in general was a good performance in many good things, and of course there are things we can improve and some departments, but in general really good. Silnan used to play for them more or less, and now it's Newcastle.
Man City manager Fanasa yourself, Pep Guardiola, and I'll test your dinner excepts. Emma on European live on the show and what you know, young Crow Arsenal, a game against Aya Brighton, and a permanent Fabian Hansler, and some of my manager as well. On your coach, Albert now, I'm out 7 boys, Abu Botan Tantai. Now I said, Chinchine, I was semi really 80 far Quatuquay, Bola was here, Bonao, the Debiano, what John want to form delay and Sanyamano. Now, and was on Casa, and your timber could pet and a bar stadium was say, one on Abba Ball, and your Brighton and corner show say, one Baba Bona Arsenal, dear, Nazali Ababona, what was auto shot, a comparable fool. Now, this one the two Ghana opponents, sir, Yabetiano and Chabia Bat. Jamina say, Wusha, a year said Yampan 4, and some Alinamamba, or more trust are similar. Many Ghana but delays are Arsenal. One so the Juma Enra, Ewa, one so consider be Arsenal, and some spent by 31.4 seconds. Sir, Omoba restarted ball. Yakasabi and Barba restarted ball now. Sabia Yabo Bona control. I Arsenal for dia. Some start to Yebra, no Munyan to Bono. Sabia Bonum, I free kick, Dabay, and Arsenal ever preja. 31.4 seconds and Sana woman some abo Sabia ball a corner kick Sabia na Arsenal woman some other pajana bra na just say you know omunyam boy kwantano woman so much senya bako and then you be abibia na ye can say restart ababa because almost go on them your ball is a 9 minutes na Bukayo Saka what they can restore and answer what take lead and some Yamada Gunners omutimo 31.4 seconds for a restarted your natures and your cry. A honum and a ma a yaches are similar coach in the cannon, and also a bum. Young teams more Fansa Fabian Hansler, one on by your coach, Adama Brighton, a Timono, one on some other two after the game.
Question: Did you see in a Premier League game a goalkeeper going down 3 times? No. We can't control these kind of things. I think therefore the Premier League has to find the rule. If they win the Premier League, no one will ask how they win the Premier League. I think you can really feel that they do everything now to win this game, and in the end it's about the rules. So if the Premier League, if the referee allow everything, then it's difficult. Then they make their own rules. So at the moment I have the feeling they are doing their own rules, no matter how they are playing. Overall, like I said, I will never be that kind of manager who tries to win in that way. I want to develop players. I want that my players keep improving and keep playing football on the pitch. And in the end, of course, every team will manage and waste time. But I think there has to be a limit, and the limit has to be set by the Premier League. The limit has to be set by the referees. At the moment, they just can do what they want. I ask one question. Did you see?
Just will be able to me. I was still a time. No more. I was a limit. Na limit. You know. I was a Premier League and more referees. And also I'm a certain limit. At a time Westerner manager for Fabian Hansler. Not just one. The one you so crying opposite number. At my coach. You know. And your red for San Mikel Arteta. I didn't see Emma Sanka. Jose Marino. And I will cast Hasabet Chanabianka and Kojaduma. Just Hasaman. Mauro Banka Jose Kwaru Udu Tibashidemo. My manager for Mikel Arteta. Arteta the Yana Drobia Swine ho Mempeme one Sembina or who come yamin few answer media minimanumi intime kwana mikitame kurabi answer men kokano bia benyami bi yabusan say who tensama aya one opposite number ekai also. I love my players. I love my players. And kwana ya juma pomone also ya kama some poma basuni yake. What will be to bomb and some jadono? Many Janian agents all respond to cry. Would you send your coach and fan, sir, Mikel Arteta, and responding to Samna, Fabian Hansler, a kind of N1
in the country.
David Raya went down injured. I mean, what is your reaction to what he said? And specifically, David, was it?
What a surprise.
Would you like to expand on that?
No. I mean, you just go back for the previous games and you will find a lot of comments like this always. So,
do you feel like that?
I love my players. That's what. That's the highlight. I love my players. We love our players, and I love the way we compete.
Do you feel like there's a lot of anger aimed at your players from externally, though?
I think they love our players. I mean, every time they talk about our players, I think they are the most loved ones in the country.
David Raya went down injured. I mean, what is your reaction to what he said?
No, I am some kakra manager to gas a drew. I Arsenal and cross leaky. Woman so bet me a draw. Be able to find it one way or the other and it discredit to Arsenal. One more to more born and what I say at the chair. What I said at the champion not saying at day. I'm a chasing and some no and some question a manager born of Kodana. Your friend Bukeo Saka Abaswano pay make a choice of making it 300 appearance and so my team no I just in game number 300 no manager so say for numbers akwadaninya ne records and a motoba akwadano bowling no and the same on the same winner and my Arsenal no na just our Sunday one some ball akwadano baso na Manchester for game boss no nei will be a akwadano fan so Sula na William Sula ana chesenwa was said you go I Manchester for train manasanya eguma last minute to be and KBO man you pressure 11 against 10 man you Perina Alaba come tefaso na said akwadano si share go anopemi chiremu and I want to so practice say a day before our training I'm umpire to enra and some our match anymore na and then no say udru Manchester United a friend and manager no what tested defeat now coach and fan say Michael Carrick and was say agena course enra aside say workers and Manchester money na from ni na no the best one can so say man no sunti obi nkoka say bia players no wamasa omonya de mukura na nanu ya na mo bo Manchester nkoda na ba so say womunu madwuma womomode mo no wosoro ana chese omo bobo pa etinye one to fit and the bema ebia na narrative asesa na be mo hwie na mutwa watane atibia no mo no woturi e ba satena to mayu enwa e wo so musua de ensom afrimu eno ayensem a coach na ye fan say Michael Carrick ono ensom to giant coach kakra.
Just the way the game was going, I think it's it's, emotions is part of the game, and certain things we wanted to do and try and do, and you're not doing it. That's the boys have been fantastic, So we've lost the game of football. Listen, it hurts me a lot. I'm really disappointed with tonight. for different reasons, but we can't lose sight of the position we put ourselves in as well. So as much as I'm disappointed, and we need to learn from it because it's a bit of a lesson for us tonight in some ways, you can't lose sight of the bigger picture as well, and it's we got to be better for this. Just the way the game was going, I think.
Manager to Manchester Motimpo na eno ewo fam onim say goalkeeper fan say Sena Lamens akwara no so kwaji to say eno man from one mo boy na just and me almost so aho de ne babia na Manchester was say omo mentality no I was say better answer no mo nya ready so mo ball but eno so no national nya omo day Sena Lamens and some I don't know I will try send teammate Channel and kwara no wo so be ja amomotempo ne mo na sese Chelsea and a coach na your friend Liam Rosinia what is manager no matches are losing ayamiensa we winning amakoma konai and what draw me na tell so far we ball by 14 matches and 14 games 3 defeat no 3 against Arsenal we lose Carabao Cup semi-final first and second leg and a Premier League na me no was how lose ayesa game timiensa no ay Arsenal and a Germano and a drawn against Leeds and a Bailey Diakani no washa na manu moment amalo gusto and some recruity Amadou Onana Obakaya one about the same game first leg awo aye Stamford Bridge na omu game no Obakaya sa match na Chelsea quality cash first goal and Oli Watkins ete and osare ba koso so na wo buluzu 2-1 momentary aye Stamford Bridge Amadou Onana and wono aye nsatiam yensa chese omaje 3 points at Stamford Bridge and what they send teammate in bottom jacket in watum nessa yaje 3 points no me ya shobotom ya de ko ana malo gusto e create and our Villa Park na gusto dia baby odi ade she wo anu anko Eshwano because when you are gram abom don satiam yes ko hoso de when you VIP parties awu yana wa hwe na di to yento a just a gusto some recruit and de what a shena hemu enom aye said yes ko enu ama ne pen no ye de update ni na de banenra Alejandro Garnacho as ya sono hey na coach no ase yamatu jasa akoda no anyama de bi woni mu pa na no try say bi ato bi obehye nkran ade e ma chese no onum say first 45 minutes na say Garnacho create aye 5 chances at yama Chelsea na 5 chances o create no chese aye joint most ever I want to say full Premier League matches as so far. One of some abo adiama club no mo na sa akoda no ye dwuma pa na adebi koso enra Wobasha akorano bo hat-trick João Pedro and pay maker say ono and man of the match award João Pedro ejeno manager na bonabaso sa akorano will grow in confidence the finish oha ne nine bonkum akro the lobe ball and the far Emiliano Martinez and so any idea and no match sa akorano oye dwuma pa na and we coach na so boy we shall 2 tap-ins no malo gusto man bako and a Garnacho man bako bibeka say be a tapping for nemom manager say sir we a striker at the right place at the right time and abenya tapping ashe enti anyafo say na be mu kanu no enti wado bako no ba so pasa na instinct and some ayajuma na emma wo hwa line up na wo bench goalkeeper farisa Robert Sanchez na wama Sanchez and start me line up no ba Chelsea supporters na ai and a Diana coach yi and Sanchez no drop on ni ade akwai so demo am ya so na motia but that was na say ya so na unu anam ochichi bia ne ade ba na no game against Arsenal joy no anyam won wasem no omosom bench no manager ama Jorgensen and abetemo na omobusa coach say ade no drop chese number 1 and was one no when your coach abeka chose goalkeeper no the number 1 any and I say be asumasi and number 1 there be obi fighting for position and two amount bobe so and wo and also dana sawo bakobam na be juma goalkeeper na your father Jorgensen so ba na hu be hias enra one so abenya opportunity adam basa na no ebu ema competition no and so obi apagana montimbo no aye kakro free manager na so ye and so adeba na demenya and you fit Chelsea insider and some and say wo musi coach no ne kete sana aso mpeka so mpeka sano yeso fo bia ho kra na de to Sanchez enwa aye warning and other players aka what you say na command aye starting belsa also betimi akọ bench oba drop ama foforo ensom abo manager no ebe se oye ono an kasa na nioma e team no mo a kasa na aye update and also abamano kasa coach and fans ana slot ono e no press conference na slot to the no what you to just akwara na fans Florian Vett one obi no oye training a kasa oye available at the ma one so game anyame anu motena enom abakwaso no one mo shara mani mo pino mo kakra bi ana Florian Vett no one so ababo ana mo busa na slot say mo consider toto sese na no ya de betu twasa emprema akoma enum ana ya sham 90 plus and was social goals na and shadanse enye similar Liverpool consider goal ebia as I said PCB and I said be a shot to be outside the box net deflect any day enum ana ha dwempa na wasahwe matches no more na enwa na tro but jobeso kan say from the who here from replay a wahwe no nyina no ensom atra say and Liverpool yana teams the more na finding it difficult so we be creating chances because Premier League will be a more than Pantino Liverpool and a Newman Shadan Kwe and Fama team no na Wamakura and Fanasa Federico Chiesa Jamin Yanasa General Gattuso Basu of Falquadano and the Cobo World Cup playoff qualifies na Metisa Omo Trason be convince Aquadano Esansa Chiesa die no one ready to be a national team no one Abasaba but Demian say maybe Dana tries to convince a Chiesa Amakudano Wabo Ediama Italy and some our playoff cinema who something you know yet Emma yet for another pay I was sure so me a bunch of us say Gary Bow now Bill Edu Comodia Far Manchester United Bill so called Real Madrid or Kono say La Liga SFO well almost at here Wontumi to so ebia matches Emma Kuma 38 no anya hwe crowd here be 19 matches uberini na bia diaka no ahwe die nyame be na Madrid omo La Liga no inform ho Madrid na probia aye Champions League ano ana ababa so omo tie na time Madrid aba so mba be fa no was Manchester so by obaka at that time na Moyes and na coach Manchester United man for bekai yakofa Madrid chaba yakofa Gareth Bale abame kaipa by 2013 and a player and say want to just say time sika Manchester the by net dosum acha the Madrid and the banum no one the case na dreampi so be so ko no ball Los Blancos yentin player your friend Gareth Bale
very tough. Yeah, I did talk to United. Yeah, they actually
David Moyes.
Yeah, they actually bid more than
because that was the big signing when Sir Alex Ferguson left.
Yeah,
Ed Woodward famously goes back from the tour. I think it's in Australia to say we're signing Bale and Fabregas.
Obviously, for me going, knowing they're not going to sign those, I'm like, well, who are you signing? And it's like, well, I'm not going to.
So you were never going to United?
No.
Who did you speak to at the club at the time?
I spoke with David Moyes.
And with Ed Woodward or not?
No, I didn't speak to him. Maybe my agent or whatever did. But I spoke with David Moyes. But my heart was set on Madrid anyway. And I had something in place with Daniel Levy, more of a gentleman's agreement, just to be like, because he didn't want to sell me to a rival also. No. He didn't want to strengthen another team. So if a team did come in from Spain, Italy, wherever, Germany, wherever it may be, that
he wanted you to go there.
I could potentially go, because if we didn't qualify for the Champions League, which we didn't, I was then able to go there. So we had that gentleman's agreement, even though he made it very tough. Yeah, I did talk
yes,
to you.
Yes, just a sound time, no back, over from Daniel Levy was seen it through Cabo Maza. One Toma Manchester because Ottawa, who come near Manchester, one to look at Modric, Etienne was a war. Robert Tina bench, I'm out, Tunina, Umpire, when we have Bob bench and a later autonoma, and your Madrid, Daniel Levy, a son Coberto, a diamond in the right for the Indian Coberto outside them. Sani mani na so crossing agenda on Ronaldo Diano also be seeing Ronaldo any brigo and Ronaldo any brigo ni aro say we drew Madrid awa omo babo na we be am say dia bema be shego na de no say chiri kura no say ye bona be abasa di kan na bia Leo Messi abo be 2 goals be dano one pass ba na ma shede de oru bi eru de na ma fo say Ronaldo no ana de was say e ye dwumaden ana sample Ronaldo no just oya relentless careless asa bibi wonimu bibi na drive Ronaldo adebi na tabia no asa ehye no say shego wo Madrid oye wasala back to Manchester Ronaldo second coming our man you krana bi so wayamre na dentani adini na kra no wasala ball goals yentie bill on Ronaldo.
You also have to take it that is his drive and that is his motivation. He just wants to score, not just one, but he wants to score 3, 4, 5, 6 a game if he can. And like, you know, he's chasing records and he wants to score this and he wants to beat Messi doing that, and you get it. And I think also you can't argue he's scoring the goals. Yeah. And I think even when he came back to Man United, people were like, oh, he's not the same, but he still scored the goals.
Yeah.
Which ultimately is the hardest thing to do in football. But yeah, he was just so driven, and going into a game, you pretty much had a 1-0 head start knowing he's going to score at some point. So it was always a good confidence booster for them. You also have to take it that is his drive.
Free union comodian bana and may I kai obakai say na isem me be to kasa Real Madrid almost say one more no mam yonu ya na de kan e ya kwadana from San Vitinha one more for Vitinha summer area nyame ya ma next season and some summer no ma ba fa aye Pedri e dey free Barcelona be sha Barca for Spain ho dia tamsa wo Florentino Perez no just omo bru Adaya was between operation this summer. Now, next year, 2027, summer operation Pedri to Madrid. And then about no more party about Urias and Yason to you. Why be pay to Amokas on by but the Command said, no, Casino. What is 17 say? When you have a canon, I'm in a free Paris Saint Germain. What comes with free PSG, Aquana Chesano, and a big mistake. And why because and they were really good. Our PSG, I want to know your phone in any supporters and I done on also at Tinkabi, Sabia France and a Panasam Yate. And it's a Babini so I didn't know what say be our day. We were so full now joining me to San Madrid and they were best 10 walkers were Yatuma and some Adama Paris Saint Germain and no Ayasama Bronte 17 one of some Adiaba Omutim News, Jamaian show Neves, Ayobia, Nawunian Tono, into Mukamino, M. Sanyaria Sobet, I am made for the fantasy Fabian Ruth, and some Ayobia Jamaian Fabian Ruth, one of soon to me was I came Usman Dembele. Mekanano said Dembele training game against Monaco. One of about Jamaian Senra, one training a Saba Sulim Dembele, and some let me in and just a game against Monaco, one of some about Yabiapo. Now, Adeba Consa Copa del Rey, one final, I'm a canon of Pesa, 18th of April, and Yamia Duma, Atletico Madrid, and Real Sociedad, Ebono, William Saturday, Abbey, woman, some Abasasia. Now, we are just a curtain raiser, our league animal. I never shall be a word, this will be true, the month of April, and some kind of better Edison and also. Now, Manoka said Real Madrid, Omotrano, I shall see a Gusua Alcoso manager, your father's Avora Belwa, and I know Bob as a 9:30. And a manager started a press conference now. When we all of us are Belwa say, when we call Belitos. Now, game of Madrid, Alco South Africa, Acomano, will be able to catch us a game F will be our bois, Wadadao, because none of South Africa winning game. And I'm only a team by Como Hagen, Wokos our stadium on Swa, Yana Chester Stadium atmosphere in Foria, Yana Chester worship and Tony. Will come will be able to show it to him say, a difficult game, and a Yamiaduma, Madrid, and some other Cockapano, Navura Barras, one in Boppy, Akasapa. Now, as we speak, and not cry, Maya Crano, one in Boppy, Akasansana, well, I'm at a press conference last night. You must work coming in and say good news and say, and now you can say, Brenham, I get it better and better. I send you Madrid, our Julia, send you Maya Duma, every corner, I return like no about the first leg at the Women Champions League game against Man City, beer, name Bumpy, and some at me about our game. No, and I'm many say, what come with Beate, Momoya Musa, and I can't pass. Na anya bia no boss anom won twe mu 18 points o Aya 4 points ana Barcelona womom ade chain boboku a ye fa Madrid na sankempo Barca krana twim 18 points ana kabia mathematically ye fa no sabia La Liga no aye over e dia Madrid akrana Madrid enkogo mo ho Madrid aba compete ahwe say matches aka ni nyina no womo som abetimi adin kunim awa abranom. And so I saw a manager no one some area kwa to the sense oh Madrid ababi understand that Emma kwan Emma won nyaman ketenkete mediocrity yes so and some our Madrid ho now report am second now report say Madrid had a strong message and Emma kwatana ya fan Rodrigo drum yere nyina say Rodrigo function team say Madrid etare chi pampe we bi anso nya so otono na omo message no say Rodrigo future ewo Madrid not just unko babia because akwara when ACL now kwaya anabia Rodrigo no you but masa I say by the future and our Madrid not just a message I'm doing about akwara nati wada obedapa nana Wontumi to Rodrigo as we speak until your Madrid empire for you say wonu say omo ka bi wom woman to me say nyame yarama sama I was saying you can say evolution ekoso na omobaye planning and plotting na drama any say I was so mo ton boys ni bi mo ko na omodinyes kana Madrid SA 1 woman up world class center back na say omo no high Samunya Nusa world class nti woman per world class center back and you one and for two woman per elite midfielder edenaba na so be on the ball when ni mo mede to say road no woman per elite midfielder and some edenaba na ya sanete na Wontumi to Rodrigo Kamavinga woman ton na se teams ni bi our Premier League ni mo a woman sem amopa Kamavinga Madrid for say woman wanum sa anya ramba 70 million euros no woman abetimi anya e dey fra kora na fa no se Kamavinga ensom esew ni mo ani dey carry to sum yenum Real Madrid ese ambaso mo ton Fran Garcia and Dennis Ceballos Fran Garcia dabia wa kunko masa kwana tare wotre ho wo mo se omumienu no also munya be 20 million euros no aya Dennis Ceballos and Fran Garcia wo mo wie so no munwie David Alaba contract ewu wo bako Dani Cavaya wo mo jane kwan Antonio Rudiger wono som abako empo Follow Mendy as Ayobia Nisika Samni ade wamusu ye pa osa akwada no ensom akọ eno aya de ba kwa diamensanka ensom ade de ebanu nyina no sa wamusom abaso omuye na FC Barcelona onum sa woman itinerary amasa sisa no because obo aya weekend wi anyame ya duma wo kobo aya Champions League na Barcelona domaso mo kan nyina som ane say wamakwa kobo game awo San Mamés answer weekend wamukọ be bawo aya tough game na sa match no ana report amemesa kan say Real Madrid empire for bi wotiri say Barca be kwa drop point awo ho na ni nyina no say said be ba wo front bi anko final no wo me de ani bra ani ahoden e be ko ayesa match ne mo enti Madrid for wotiri say Barca be kwa drop point awo be ba wo na omuso mu wi a wo mu nsama back to Barcelona wo mu ba fly straight and some ade akọ aya chesa UK omo ba Newcastle na so mo bo sa match ne wi dia wo mu be da ama de ache awo chesa Basque region ho wo mo dama de chela straight from ho no wo mo de ko Newcastle no ma kwa pepe no mo de abo ayesa Champions League game and so abakoso na come new stadium enu so mo nyanwe ba report amensa kan se enche bia yes FIFA for no wo mo ba ba ye ne kan se inspection and some awo ho wo mo ye inspection wi ane ya hwa sanya bia na bia stadium no ebetimi host World Cup matches li bi nyame ya doma 2030 and as a say and no some boys so bo bia so na bono mo bono na anu no efi na kro mumu manen kasa mre bi mo odi omunyina omo bossa bono a wo ma bo se Champions League trophy no ebe so mo na so say twan wo ma bo se eye La Liga no ensom aba be omo dia bono na anu no womu chio bia no mo bonus awo bia ni ho a wo betimi ane Barca for no ensom apre bibi ho eno aye message ademinya no say manager no wono som adama ne nkwada na yade update aba munchin coach nyamya no motena Bavarians abo Borussia Mönchengladbach na Manonoya oya fit nyamya no motena abadam coach na kasa confirm so tena noya enso aba na mom Hurricane emobi timu aya na motako ban no let me say one person mo chese that classic no when you knock I just say knock no free sa Dortmund again and a bite watching against Mönchengladbach and you say Hurricane as well as game bia and on I message manager no one some ajaba na Jamaica say 20 and you be on the casa one other from man be here to Emma Roma empire say ya ben ho one as technical director bia one ever survey just about to sell link between club Roma and we coach Gianpiero Gasparini any players no bibi ourself Kobiano ourself fa owura ye fa no Francesco Totti eso na koba bi ourself kwani ate wo kai Luca Antonini wo bo Milan pen e no bi atwam Antonini say ye kan chem Milan fa say the AC Milan elake ayo bi obon board to say Lautaro Martinez so position goes no was Milan enibi erisan kono ayo pani enema AC Milan ha monko Lewandowski emra nanu ya modu Luka Modric abaye wo bi obon Luka Modric abo onyamre kra erisan Luka Modric mpona board say dia and Lewandowski now you just imagine Odi Lewandowski ba no ko Fiorentina akwa fam wo skin ednaba na mo skin editing na sesa kakran sa baza Milan be soja brutal wo bien wa one some betwi di Milan team no enso atukof adiaka form na mo say Christian Kivu wonya hwe ana Ivan Cordoba wo kaino Cordoba say time Simone Inzaghi cry inter team no na tetia pansamo na Kivu ba won na asoso ne omam kakran emene team yi eno so afa no to apafra na so benyu obi ani pan betimi aye bold aka cho sai ana Kivu cry ba no ana wanya hwe na den na fa he ekosi hini ade enyo wonu anka bi anka ba na anka mo hwe fam bu o enom aye so red fans Ivan Cordoba and so abaya yenyina so na fenfes na no pay no yema mehwem this aye Wontumi sports buffet yeto aso site awodo ni fifie mu ni ade no manya mo de but still na am say rechimo ba bia mo bia socials no so Facebook ay Wontumi 101.3 FM YouTube ay Wontumi TV live and afi TV no digital and a satellite and so e wo ba bia Steve na bibia friend here
yeah bibia boko
yeah radio say ordinance wa che
we slept on
meza na bibia friend here
yeah na me adum na me say tiare ka crave ne
wa
baby bia boko
uti wa yana oskari asay
na ko fobi fune me ye nyoma ka crave adum wo ka say odum say first 3 months we adum bia aban ko fo we wa
basa na ma pressure ba
so ze ni pa ye bia de chiro mu pu chiro mo say bia de dala
pa so wo esi o kese
yawo
na we
ya bia boko
okay ti
u bia ne si o
always you onzu dwane
akatua ntumu a betu am
ko manyina wa oton biscuit and toffee chen be say be chi watum
ya twum
na daga ke bia wo be no aso box bronyen na the company de mai na do bia biscuit box and the toffees aka
na wo de wo chocolate
man
is wo de toffee biscuit
imagine so me o say toffee biscuit asana
wo de
me de anwa begu na machi na
o twitwa jene ka tu ya no nya pe no nya Manchester kakra ho o nya Manchester kakra
hey o so bodi
o ma apocalypse ho kire
Steve
ya baba so ni me na ntie
o school for ntem nya mass for ni grade bia no mo na wa biscuit ka mo tu wo mo so asa Yeah, no.
Sounds no na nko aboka o.
Tia Fanisia.
Oh, yeah, the body has buy one get one free.
Buy one get one free.
What to me?
Roma business.
Who would loot salary but to one unless what out of business service.
Oh, Hana of Fabi so bako. Sashay what has also very ready and heavy. Oboka Mavasaka so with this canon and no. Well, Yananti.
Yo. Manchester United fans me person no mudin komo keto bia no pay me wi an ma he semenya form on Manchester City. Real Madrid thinking about reconstruction. How anima betimi akọ. It is really time overdue. But me person start to Manchester United game now, of course first loss for Michael Carrick in the second coming ama Manchester United fans be brain no. Imagine ya your montanta. But I have only one question person be busa United fans and power say Omudi adwuma sama Michael Carrick no ya ne obrofo bi attack say there's room for improvement. Sa brofo no o man ka bi ankyere mo ho ana. There's room for improvement. E nkranhye kese pa o. Che say ya adwuma de ne so o yire ne ho a ye nim say obetimi de bi aka de o ye ne ho. Say true say United fans say somebody show mutim. For Carrick to be fighting out for a slot in the top 4 in the top 3 no. Men kasa monje loss in
konani da so ni o
but men kasa monje loss in but or juma. If you really want to chastise Carrick at this point because on your results where you know be fair. Shade bi ha. You know he's spoken. Now he abakasa ne kasa na o lusu inti no kasa no but man kasa mi cho. I told me I need a kase Otoado blast our players in the Bruno so because I no started and all of that 10 years 75 here at DSA. Sometimes you know as I say players it me elevate a coaching status.
Yes.
Wakoye coaching course na we license but there are certain players be they elevate your game. No matter with him dear, no matter what certification, there are player quality level be we a coach here at me elevate wo thinking. Carrick can send me after game and person go through kakra. I say we are not happy with the way we played tonight.
Yes.
We had it in our hands largely, but credit to Newcastle. The way they approached the game. We knew it would be a tough game. We navigated the game in a way that we felt we could have kicked on, but we didn't really. Bitterly disappointed. I don't think it was down to the 10 men. I just don't think we played good enough tonight. We can't make any excuses for that. We all make responsibilities for that and we know. Why was the character lacking? Where Obusa? Now Obusa Obia are very rhetorical.
Or they more players, no?
More. Why was character lacking? It wasn't. It was just the quality and the performance, not the character. We wanted to win. It's easy to throw that out when we don't win a game of football. We weren't in there in terms of quality. Credit to Newcastle. We are in a good position. Asami okai, me pesa me di babi o the quality no kwa e kasim. Quality one kind of Manchester United fans should be really thinking say a coin best so be fast elevate or no Michael Carrick no the performance a coin best so any be elevate no it doesn't matter what he's achieved kakrana why now should tell you say no giving time giving quality obey adwuma no Casemiro now so say encho beko as I say head the Kingdom United for when they be replace no okwa which partnership when they function so well and match that of the attack. Yo, United, we who necessarily in my little knowledge of this game, my catcher say United attacking so in a trident, so in a quadruple crana enough quality. Opa for my dear best so for Francesco cut to top for Bruno Diache, other side of the attack Cunha, whichever trident or quadruple I be fan phobia be piano, and not exactly by short or boy.
Yeah.
My friend, baby, you job born now. Ramsdale ye born. So any technical quality, about born to actually. Eske set touch and onya to the ball. And or signing the names on Ramsdale ye. They have enough quality in the final third to challenge for title or premiership room.
Oh, born in the now cano.
Yaw.
Yeah. Because maybe you jinane seri anko soma ball.
Watch the 10 first of all. Mama kasa me sure shara ke babo an konachi. Oh hold
from Maguire
before the pass no.
Okay.
She Zagzi. Enye na chi goalkeeper no. Yeah na kasa me say back to the post. We and your friend is our body orientation no. Na chi keeper no. But wa fa de obefa no nyina wie. Information be obegada be ogada. Now what is left is to connect to wherever the ball is coming from. Because of jet tiny and anabon or release he is playing with his back to the goalpost. So United in the final third, no, yeah, or more quality. Me say their problem isn't this loss; it is about how they replace Casemiro. As I said, we replace Casemiro. Look at this technical quality. Zexi at the ball we say. So me busa say, yo. Why never balance it? Who is going to get the best out of that boy? It should be the problem.
And your main son,
watch the 10. Yeah, and your free sister in the scene. First, I ain't a natural. I feel you name natural. So who balances him? Why in the grow? Why the man competition? And some you in the Babu say, and they say United fans in general. Maka Amadou Onana Huachro. Maka Scott McTominay who has a matcho.
Yes.
Maka Nicolo Barella who has a matcho.
Maka Carlos
Baleba. These are all quality level of players. I bet me about liberty method. No. Quality na Michael Carrick no. A very painful statement. Because when you say a close to transfer window, no. Says but he's begun telling them, say, Kakrea me way there. Met me the mentality and character they are bought against City, against Chelsea dems. But there are other mid-table clubs. Be a more building team no check, or more synchronization, or more telepathy, or more chemistry. Coach Eddie Howe now or technically they haven't changed a lot. Make Newcastle. Yeah, ono move share. It's all one. Newcastle they United and one or the Chelsea, one or the City. You need to have extreme quality and some PNS in Chai. Even with a 10-man down. But the best United ho. So mubedi lost we one bobo no makasa Carrick nyadia. Ye football no omun change no. Yeah, omun change Carrick. So I'm going to say, I'm changing. I'm changing. He's doing fantastically well. What is left? Enough quality to elevate or not the warrior.
Okay.
And I make a show say, but the car say, I don't lucho anyone. Maguire need to be Bobiano. Ubenya questions. Okay. And I can say, attack in a day. Offer in Buen Money, Diallo or right here. Okay. Offer Cunha, I was so okay. The flexibility of Mbuen money to me, but send a cost. Ultimately, line. Shasko Susutimo and Zexi. I mean, it's be challenging, but method now a shallow and light. Augmented that area. My Bobo Bodine the actual fix that department for Michael Carrick or Bayajmano. But my main for go no house among Kasimbi. Yana is Sunday deep premiership, but you know, and Kofubi a tiger among a super sub. Just of bench bar, Rafon Koba, Obehu keeper and son of Bonnie upon. This was the definition of Sula William.
Yeah.
Or by your defender, or your goalkeeper, or your why or what you should be aware. He combined 3 different phases of attack without a ball, maintenance, and no progressive ball opportunity. We don't know how mama share on.
Yes.
Born on the cartoon letter on the barrel of yes, the United United Hawker credit. On the barrel of our ball. No. On the recover ball. This is recovery. This is maintenance. Almost I started you, yow. Also I started. Also, I don't need recovery
intercepted ball
and a maintenance or pass their maintaining ball. No, then this is the rebuilding. No, towards the attack. No, on one they call rebuilding in you. Now he's about to finish it complete.
Shadrach baby or then left a benny ball. No, a bendy ball. Sanka mo be jina hama me. I know I'm share live game. I'm say play jina or boy be bono. Sakel ne dia ya no balance you. Now I no gumu ma no. Me ni Zaxi ne Maguire amo gumu ma no. Amo gumu Maguire I already. So what you can player naturally on your left footed. Now we call for a killer.
Difficult.
Maguire jina we nim say o.
This balance no e belong to Salah, Robin. Oh, it's uncle from America.
We are naturally footed, left footed.
The angle belongs to them. Or small ball no attending any celebrity because when it's a ball they be turn it. Sana ya no more place in it here.
And easy. You shouldn't have scored from there.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have scored from there.
I was like, better than wash it.
Because keeper no position no cry great.
You shouldn't have scored from there, no.
That is the reality.
Me count say boy ko na sade ahode kwaji yo.
To what bread.
He is scientifically telling us that he shouldn't have energy to unbalance the goalkeeper. Sana Steve person he shouldn't score from there now walk on one of the one they could ball or running then one boy you energy or the jib ball by the energy was unreal and son of the ball was aberrating.
I think there's a story behind boy no
and Manchester United before and qualify for 10 balls. The coach back in the house or qualify for 10 balls. MOJ training a similar situation or say 8 out of 10. Boy in the kind and the manager and also the better so.
Yo, Minister Meza more a lot to say about this. Oh, say Semenyo DNA and you can say Semenyo form pa. Semenyo form. Yeah, now Semenyo form now or one. Yeah, not credit to the Kakrano a come up Pep Guardiola. And of course, if I say that, yeah, me try me feel say how is Otto going to systemize?
Yes, Semenyo crowd not to catch you. The Okama nominating for Player of the Month for February.
Players on perform, but I think Semenyo has done a lot. Month of February.
On a Mamouche, technically difference be.
Yeah. Mamouche, Obenya. Nakone the last piece. Build up on from goalkeeper and why they bring Mamouche Benya. No, a fan of Sonabona Cocotonet. But it doesn't mean so we need the ability to stay outside the box or that ability no. But so I don't compare Semenyo a lot of variety. Okay, I want to speak to the two players on heat map or screen. This is here. Me find differentiate between the two players. On heat map on what I find monitor. We are na makabi be the actual. I think this is for Antoine Semenyo. Semenyo heat map. Now heat map na uhu about dominant colors na miensa. Who red, who yellow, and who blue. Blue no they can say low intensity on tank of faho. And a yellow no they can say floating. Occasionally kofa to say on your ball bejo. But who red na more concentrated zones of Antoine Semenyo. Just to me come from to me call ni fan so with that freedom. But on fact Mamouche they are not told the other side in two players and movements and how they love to receive balls areas are more personal not receive balls so the center circle hono any baby 4 and 5 for Semenyo time home boamo but in chen no Semenyo tabe boamo and show position box no opponent in the top was area no pa so Mamouche they no one chen ha e ke be more easier na call the Mamouche they not chen now you understand it more perfectly here. And that's a Mamouche there. So
Semenyo the name was left.
Yes, sir.
Anna no Semenyo na ba okay.
On one left.
Left. Anna Mamouche yeah.
Right.
Highlighted. Okay.
Yes.
So Mamouche on the right on your screen. Semenyo on the left.
Nadia Pep Guardiola he identified the problem within the Man City system no. And no share Premiership no pick the problem no. Na ball na ye di akire no. Your wade be a friend say instinctive finisher. Such mama kakra bi so benya na second the amamia instinctive finisher before you identify a problem no ya wona wa brepa but we identify a problem na we put solution no eto de bia ya na just would dig very much deeper into the market and sound when you that solution no na your number 9 for ahudro bebre wo ho ebi ko box mu pie ebi mu ahomete ebi mu handle no very tough.
Okay, so instinctive finisher I say generally we use these terms to describe a player who can score a goal as soon as they are presented with an opportunity. To a sniper
or box room. Now one ability about these guys and they say yeah.
So in football it involves an elite ability to read the game and score goals without overthinking, characterized by composure, anticipation and high-speed decision making in the box.
Like Osula.
In the box.
Osula.
Yeah, in the box. In the box. I heard this statement in the way. And no na Pep Guardiola Okokofa Antoine Semenyo. Now Antoine has the ability to stay outside the box. Or the ability to stay inside the box. Apart from or the ability to travel with the ball into the final third. Na no Semenyo ye the pass Semenyo timi di ball na chi no dey ba na otimi hold it on ejina ho. Now check Semenyo last 2 goals bi a wahye dey Man City a. Yaw. Pep is now growing Antoine Semenyo into an all-round forward. An all-round forward. Just say only limitation but be Semenyo akana me hwehwe say Pep dey be kana ho ayiniti. But the forward there na box room onye predator but say the box room akana ho 2 goals bi Semenyo ahye baako or we need game no de mama and enrade no me pese me kanu si ani na me describe Semenyo and them the true problem now about say the mo to what say Otto start working something around one of the best players on the continent currently on the end ahye 2 goals ni me no Semenyo.
Okay, so left and right real quick.
And no na the other day no na Barcelona elake e wo box no against Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
Boss no free good box no omunyo obi obe predi atum. But Pep had this problem in the team say Semenyo kosura na ball na frato. So no be 50-50 na ball na frato. Oko duel na ball na frato. Right now frito we be cut on it. And who is that person? Antoine Semenyo. He's so instinctive but nobody knew it because other coaches no mo use no just counter attacking.
Yeah.
Semenyo to recap our pace and what they are to mention. But right now in the box, Pep has told us say Semenyo is so instinctive and second balls, rebounds, and his clearances. Bobby be frato box and be as Semenyo betimi akatu.
Whoa. I say TNA on the best African.
Yo, Wontumi and Yachin Bebrisa, Obi Obakasa, Wontumi.
Semenyo currently.
Who are the boys?
The best African player.
Who are the boys? Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, Mo Salah, Mo Kudus, Sergio Guirassy. Who are the boys?
Whoa, Mezabre.
I think it's really going to be an interesting debate in the next few weeks as to who is the best African player on the continent. And yeah, World Cup needs to be proving a lot of things. Otuwa the way you are be brain free the way players use or money said you also be aligning itself for my not the best out of them. I think it's a pressure be banned because I'm here Antoine Semenyo dia he's even gaining the trust of Manchester City players no and in the mates. And not free kick beto play or bad team no only be 2 months. Yeah, boys ni nyina jai free kick Bernardo Silva Ginechi catch some man more.
Yeah. And it was a corner. Referee now. Touch.
So he's literally gaining the trust of the Manchester City team and even the playmate on your Musiakai. I'm not going to credit your Monsem. They did not even expect to say Semenyo beat matches are good. And yo, Bono say you know. I don't know how to put it, but and ya you dream one son ya. Say unya botra dream for or delay 2 seconds. There is clearance. And Newton 2 goals no in a bien one more in a ball so. Born by another than I was straight. The 9 minutes said you city because this one is even difficult than the first one. They were sharing Leeds United game. When I didn't channel.
And I never say
when I didn't channel.
Some person who ya pre-season on one personal training, moon penny video in be left and right.
But now he's becoming also near who is a winger. And I'm telling you for a fact, so called Manchester United and Ruben Amorim, Kobabo as one of them on my tents.
Kobabo wing back.
Oh, Debbie. Wing back in the Debbie. Wing back the Debbie. Now, some of the Diallo, so meet my catcher say, free time I would jar Amorim Koyeno. Honestly, said any massive improvement from the style of play and what he's supposed to do. But the mama are happy about Antoine Semenyo going into the World Cup as a Ghanaian. I say, you're lucky somebody or a predator in the penalty box. Jordan, are you a top scorer within the current setup away? But the question is, Jordan, are you who to say? You're the next World Cup or a predator. Game we are dear, a be a moya she be in penalty box and the bonnet ton and I'm not panya netana. Even if you have Jordan, you need players in the absence of Jordan because the tournament in Echo. What did the match say? It is Obi Ayere Jordan you say you could use Semenyo as your proper penalty box center forward. You be create chances in the amano. And me when the style of play ni be corner. There are 2 things we will need to do for Antoine Semenyo if we want to get the best out of him. 1, we need to supply him more. See a World Cup no so no never ball him up as a penalty box where was he supply no. As Samuel Jan, the na one of Blasters team near say. Yes, wa obenya bo bia na opija tia hwehwe Samuel Jan. It World Cup 2010. The number of goals as Samuel Jan scored, even World Cup 2006. Opija tia player ben ahwehwe no. Samuel Jan.
Yeah.
Algeria and Ghana, and why in 2015 AFCON, new opija tia one ahwehwe no. Samuel Jan. So if you think say way the instinct in the goal scoring ability no was right out, we have no excuse than you to utilize him well. And I'm so happy for him because yaw. My man can't say when she was a man make one say misuru say.
Oh yeah, some
city and when you be a mobile.
I don't know do and problem crossing be no be doubted because one
not fear
people be fa agwably
so black players
or no kubo 2 3 because Matheus Nunes ye hu bi so and na e wo ho bia no osuro bia no e normal cra.
But I think Semenyo is gradually the number of points I watch the amomo. Yeah.
Wontumi.
Brilliant. Yeah, on the Manchester United bit. You see, news say Man United should get somebody that will partner Kobe Menu. I think Manchester United should go into the market and get players who are better than Kobe Menu and Casemiro. Now Kobe nem fan fight it. Now Kobe no sunya good quality on the bench. Said you more market in the Premier League almost see a Matheus Cunha. Yepe Brian Mbeumo. Yeah, these two players, nobody can tell me say Omoba United omo make a difference. Omo the team no different level. But when so Ahmad no ho enfeel one kakra, Amorim koye no. Now Ahmad also have to lift up his performance. Yeah, at Manchester United, Kobe Menu shouldn't be the player the team should be built around him. There be. And no Jolinton and Sandro Tonali. And I loved what Eddie Howe picture na Newton the more when the de atoswa. Team are 10 against 11. 1-1 yako first half about yaw. And he decided to say, okay, me go with the 4-4-1 flat. On him some Manchester United 2 centre backs no. Omun team progressive passes to say the Anka Lisandro Martinez are yembe show. It was one player penalty almost say with the 1 and your more. And your more. And watch players now can you now 1v1. It me full 2 no come no Casemiro match your Jolinton. And Tonali. Then any more for no watch wingers no watch. And obiano mo bono giddy. There are reasons why I believe Michael Carrick cannot be the long-term manager for Manchester United. Not because of one game. But you see, next season, Manchester United will have 4 competitions if they should qualify for the Champions League. Yeah. Now the question I'm asking myself is, what if you are sure passing Manchester team will be top players and more quality in the above 4 tournament?
So, can I say, fine, Carrick here, Jumaya, who say be a new chance here picking.
That is it.
So, former money and say be a man you bought once a week.
Now, you bought 2 times a week, your own results, players, you know, I'm for some energy of them. I say United bought Sunday.
Okay.
I know about Wednesday. Now, if I compare time United bought Sunday and Saturday and Monday.
Wow.
Nianko back statistically. Manchester United, anytime on Europa League, be on the fatu to league form. Since I say Alex Ferguson in team no work here. Every build team no de BSC everybody. Then fast forward. No about share and Eric Ten Hag. United boy Europa League because quarter final league in the net is almost 3 months and recover. The season when United were performing in the FA Cup, league no basa and now come game pamo Eric Ten Hag. And Premier League, no, even most of them, their problem. For example, Tottenham Hotspur. Obo League, no, have or Daba Champions League. No, Newcastle United. Obo League, no, have or Daba Champions League. It's all about quality in depth. And players, any coaches, somebody manage 2 or 3 competitions. Antonio Conte can win Chalidimu because no coach want to manage 3 or 4 competitions. Media then you have to opt and keep Carrick here. Say there are few managers within the terrain. I'll be to me trusting the way I said, "Men goes my mono to me."
Now some more signings are manager and be munya squad in depth area.
Yeah, you see, you need managers at the top level who can take risks and Champions League nights. No bit my BB. And the amount I say all money for competition. And I make us say there is only one manager Sisiano.
Who is that manager?
There is only one manager and 2 pen and commit my head. And I make us say so many honor. Then I'm good. So
who is that manager?
Thomas Tuchel and Luis Enrique. So to me for me numubia. Then it is good say be abema supporters not here say you are doing a rebuilding. It will take time.
Okay.
Because don't convince yourself, Newton. I'm telling you, no matter the players they will sign for Michael Carrick next season, there will be disappointing moment.
Let me say.
Is it a dream manager and I say reality?
Reality
is here. Thomas Tuchel is extending the contract with England, but Luis Enrique is here to officially extend his contract with Paris Saint-Germain. On some
okay.
We've seen coaches are or Makan Sembebre at the Beche, no the call. Carlo Ancelotti so extending the contract. But official on also true Bibian fan on sign Bibia with the Brazilian FA. And Ameboa. Then the people are more conform Mosadi on Bekan who is Julian Nagelsmann. On the medical catch was a mutually dimu. Because now no often be adapted to England. The Omushiningu. It's a mayor say if why in a sad part of the day. So if Manchester United are not getting somebody in the mode of Tuchel who has extended his contract, they're trying to demo. But Carlo Ancelotti, Luis Enrique, any of them, then I prefer say then Omobe sticking with Carrick. If you are sticking with Carrick, then you make it clear.
Okay, say
team na dwuma na obeye no.
Manya two na.
Oh yes.
Say Manya two na.
Yes.
Fabregas and so.
No, Fabregas won't team coach Manchester United. No, Fabregas won't team coach Manchester United. See, Luis Enrique.
Oh, he's somebody's coach.
Luis Enrique hasn't extended at his contract at Paris Saint-Germain.
He's somebody's coach.
No. When it comes to the coaches, when it comes to the coaches market, it is not like the players. Coaches here who will be your contract, will be Timothy Ska for fan. No, new. There's no way I will agree with you. Said the current United doesn't have the aura to appoint any coach. Nobody can convince me. For Manchester on the pitch, the team has been bad for several years. But I'm telling you, when it comes to decision making, going in for certain coaches, presenting them with because coaches about team 1 year two the kind of project I was expecting a coach in the so no coach is coach be no we say crampona won't me fa no. Who even knows say be at the end of the season crano you better Barcelona but na Laporte and Winnie na has a flick in you. So in the coaches market, anticipate players they are ubetimi akwesi player under contract then say no you sell a good project, you speak with the manager and no befa because now say carricate na they then no move to hopeful we United in now manage your expectations.
I don't get it.
Now manage your expectations. No, same way me no me ready come on I say that. Oh yes.
We didn't expect this from you.
Simple.
Because me argument now say but kakra bi am pese me so me mo ate ase ne say ebinisa wo ka coach na wo say Antonio Conte de ontimi muntwa ne din mu no so it means Conte ne kwa na ejinu tum say one of the elite
me ba obo on ma no so champion so Jamaica na say Conte no utim say be prioritize the domestic cups e Europe nim so what the American say managers no be so prioritize the Champions League more than Ebian the Premier League. But so contemporary in Canada more. It means on try character anyway. And now you can Maguire as some count. Maguire player or more person to defend the Seba. Man you pay either Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton, Carlos Baleba, Bruno Guimaraes. More saying shot strikers there. But so your players now wait me bonne or be rotate. I'm more the City and Arsenal. I want to squad now. I didn't just say character to me. I solely love these conversations when they come up. Now, Carrick is managing the team as a caretaker. The other time I told you, said there's an author and you're a caretaker. Whatever Carrick is doing with the team now is not trying to build an identity of his own and get results. Now, not only squeezing out the results, no matter the kind of performance, so it's acceptable. If United beat me up, because they say people are interested, say team no. Results because on better they are qualified for champion. Then right after that, the question you ask yourself here say how Carrick is going to make this team his own team. Then you go back and you pick examples like Middlesbrough. Then you look at Obiti say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Also an example in terms of how a do so be a team knew his own. The team even disappointed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Coach abe born home what they say para yaw. Coach abe born home what they abe toso second back to back. What team abe born home what in Champions League. Only Ghana season no catch almost say, yow, me here Declan Rice, me here Len Haaland, me here player B, bo no be a train no BS in the baby. No BS in the baby. And Carrick, for me, yow, I would say why a tremendous job at Manchester United. Yow, I do my demo as a caretaker and one away. Bonibia Maho, and I insist that United will qualify for the Champions League. Yow, be qualify the BSC. United Benny Aston Villa be shown Old Trafford. They will qualify for the Champions League. But the long-term vision of the club That is what I'm talking about. And there be an young Kobesi in Tino. And I make us ask them because a Drew Samria supporters need be and because results are coming. Now, when it gets to the long term, that is when you understand how a club will a young Kobesi.
Well, now, quick one before some through so about Steve Ona Mike Cabano. Where Darlington say fancy. Talk about Joao Pedro too. He's the best striker in the Premier League right now. Hey. What a quality striker. Say, what a great finishing stamina and timing. I wish he plays for Real Madrid. That's why I'm a Madrid fan. But that for we remember
please give him more time. Let him
explain. Pedro, I think for this season, Liam Rosinia actually say obey improve. Once Liam Crow was Strasbourg go baby, omoko any interview about Ja Pedro. That time, can Ja Pedro Brighton and Hove Albion? Emo make his statement say he's one of the finest strikers. Ubenya system him. The hands will be who said the obey day. Ube you know. I think Chelsea have longed for a centre forward obey consistent. Their momo. Meno striker yes say MP. The next step for him is to be consistent and make the position his own. And only a dreamer na no. Form ni great. Finishing by out when you go now Enzo Fernandez go through where do you chip ball the confidence and the calmness in front of goal by out the biggest head for Joao Pedro now near say we are Chelsea number 9 expectations here different, so hit the consistency the top. Then I think the form the Brazil will only be happy going into the World Cup. Yeah, and the Mama Dream was they say the Cunha position no one because Brazil on the bonai.
Yes,
Cunha on the bonai, Rafinha about 10. This will be a Rodrigo Eprano crown Esteval or who is a Cunha position no 9 honor.
Who said was start
Nema
okay.
Nema Sobeba.
You was a team the own stars.
But me na emede because by so full no manai. Ya omuhia no manai and the form ne beye. The form ne beye for them power for the World Cup and I think I'm happy for him.
Mate, me da say Steve Bray.
Now enche Omega or Techima fire officer. Techima okobi omuti upa anti
enche fire station Techima
every time
ana atwoma Techima bono Techima okay
me call game omo bar stadium ho every time omo TV set no wo Wontumi omo
fire for
yes the conversation of about Manchester no me TV na mani age as a Liverpool fan me scared kakra seeing the rise of United. Me who said they are getting back to who they used to be. Into Mr. Kakra. Carrick has say analyze English words no language no you see na. I see we need this quality, this level. I know or a caretaker. So Shasuma media nka what goes beyond what time in the anka nyawasem. I'm tempted to believe, say Cortes Bidena Kasa say he will be keeping a job on a permanent basis. But names in a new boy, you know. Manchester United in your 4 of those names. Trust me, there will be a force next season. I'm by a real force next season because when you believer any players with Premier League experience, Gumarães, replacing our friends. Casemiro, there will be a force. Now, omo doubt Carrick. I mean, name the Carrick the ayo. Post schools need to TV so cultural give it to.
Schools say, "Bibi the Carrick. Bibi the Carrick. You say, I papa because omo last 4 games no kwan nenye. But anyone I show mo be in their last 4 games no move winning all right, but no schools no feel say performance nenye. Chasi bibi pebi le di Carrick ama sa last 4 games no kwana se nyoma ye kama
nti Argentina former player no on chance bibi panan to aso man sa whether or yet better on whatever he is continuous on. You see defeat in define Carrick na juma oyi and United fans na open be say o sending message before an appointment no mo gidi say this is how United is going to perform the level on bedru. Expectation is a respectable position, but now reality is that Wabaya Jumana Drew level be a Obia Jenny. Gary Bill now we hear about Manchester City. Say whether over for them. You see, so share Manchester City games or bonus score now a free mobile now. It should tell you say City rediscover themselves, but unrule the real City vibe no. City the no ball league now. Score line from 3 upwards. But why City say they can just go for 1-0 near defending lead, you know. The only game on my ball match goes against Exeter. Almost sure 10. Ni hamo boni nyina no ye 2-1 2-0. But the introduction of Semenyo no ye timely.
Me say Exeter no come beef di ni bia na say. I'm so far. Player be na the gonna just say husband. White head.
Say ganta.
Drink water.
Both ni and
Mike now say friend say dick.
Yeah, dick.
But say England for no mudi na no na ya can names no.
Exeter.
Some more gifts nyameche. Ganta both wa. Ana onhwe omudi na wa.
For man be colonize.
Esuobo obi de esuobo so adi nyina wo o
say dick na be there
e be Dixon.
Okay
ya from ahimfia
it's a Dixon and the old answer no fa no as mama obi wo mpa
no chere mu nyameche hanti dick
Dixon that's an here no
pdia niti na ya de Chidie open ibia bi
sa no dick be ya say
can't you say Dixon
Dixon dey say nyei
ani fade onim no yen to aso
but ya o yes Semenyo goals na new de to so no we person touch on the second game no ni goal na o share no I am nwa say Manchester City able game against another game no say Shadrack Benya. The evolution for Semenyo, I don't see him playing beyond 33. The way he plays. No, I don't see him unless or adapting the game to the box. Because the volume of energy or exerting the game, he can't get it. But position now this year go no. You say Semenyo operating from the left wing for Manchester City. I didn't expect him to be there in that position because that area now is for the number 10. Because Haaland, he is the target. Haaland moves up here. Obana nim kakra. It is our position way there. Is it that Semenyo build the knack for scoring goals, the affinity for goals, any idea or building under coach na your friend say Guardiola nana. So we share cross now. Ryan Cherki, he is supposed to be around that, but on the equitable ni say. So Osha, the ideal position of Semenyo should be where Bernardo Silva is. But there he is. So the signing of Semenyo no timely. Minya Senka Guardiola polishing for blasters near Timmy utilizing the year at the World Cup. Because what's your more Mabeje World Cup in recent years? Team Krona our top form. Our players are dominating. You are likely to perform at the World Cup. So 2014 we saw 2010 we saw the Spanish team. Starters no benya as many as 7 from Barcelona. And they played the Barca way to win it. And until Spain Beko World Cup, no I share 8 goals per at the World Cup. But they will become the champions of the world. 8 goals. And the fewest goals will be a share at the World Cup as champions. 8 goals. Because of the Barca system. 2014 we saw the Germans. Check it that time, the performance of Bayern Munich, they went on to win. So I'll be very happy. Say Otoado, ever take a cue from the home because Ope he's our brightest star now. Obium Blaster team is a friend member one Ubonidi. Obium. Now Gary Bear didn't come out about Zidane any Najuma or say Zidane tactics na ne can say we need tactics or nyehwe or say no say onye a lot, but that is how it's supposed to be. Yeah. In the 2000s, teams are marshal or scary. I had the AC Milan team from 2003, Pim 2008, under Carlo Ancelotti. I had Manchester United team, Ferguson, so build there, almost so far from 2008, therefore. I had Pep Guardiola team now, you know. The agent club, saying Kakra. And then Zidane, these are 4 or 5 teams. But something synonymous with Omuninano. They all had quality players. They understand near Omojumano SSA. Now, Nientia, you can't elite managers. Ebi obe dig it deep. Now, Ferguson, tactically, he is not the most brilliant. Into Moka say big teams, you don't need tactics, you need man management. Into Rudiger Baka say, or join Real Madrid, no Fiana. Ancelotti buy say on any ball coffee. It's about man management. Player in the quality. On him the SS oye. Into Shesa AC Milan team no. Shevchenko, Crespo, a whole lot of big names. Sidorf, Kaká. It's not about tactics. It's about telling them what you need. They know what to do. And see, I be useless. Say Zidane because our team now I feel tactically he's a genius. No. Now share that aggression as our Madrid team in the ball Champions League now. They were scary. Oh, we are sending a Pep Guardiola team no ball football it was always difficult meeting them. Inti our teams in India are back to back or a year's Panama Saba in the Champions League final. Only quality to that level. You don't achieve such results. Into AC Milan were in the final. I think 2003 they were in the Champions League. On by 2005 they lose it to Liverpool. 2007 they were there again. And Omobeji. You who got your team no. Or call 2009 FC 11. The Manchester United team with Ronaldo, Tevez, and Rooney. That team was a scary team. So near Gary Bell catch a car about Zidane. Bigger team. That is why Madrid fans. That is why they had a problem with Alonso.
So we a coach. I didn't have Messi. Pep Guardiola say, "You Messi ni mumkra ho no Guardiola no kra sua de free."
Yes.
So omo no yen kire omo say afena unya bona Kelly ni say ni Arabia na we can because Zidane he's been there before.
You see,
coach Ronaldo said we be go.
Adia me who coaching mu yes identifying the potential of a player, but the players mum and a good managers working closely with some coaches no the me who say coaches pa and to identify so we bet about this position but a real coach in there players make the coaches who they are.
Medase Steve Mike Bray
Fancy, Medase. Another test, another proof that Arsenal is more than the Esre Omuye. And the results never be told you. I think match week 29 of the Premier League. So we'll share 3 London teams: West Ham, Chelsea, Arsenal, and the Farmer Omopa. Arsenal gained enough grounds. Omuwini share Brighton a goal to 0. City dropped points. The point gap no a widen. Now the probability say City will close the gap no. So first na 50 swati. And then again, even if City assuming so be share the outstanding game now, instead sanka point gap babe 2 na be 4, which allows Arsenal some breathing space. Chelsea, all the other rivals on your more pray for a Champions League spot to be a drop a point. Man U, Oslo go na Amaya Sheno. So Osula William Osula Owusu William Osula born in Bobo left foot no na Cabrale abet na ha chire mo man one hour crack so ko be kasa mo man 1 hour ko be chire. So Man U drop points against Newcastle. Liverpool Wolves edi omunam And then who's the deal now? And Aston Villa so yeah, 2 or more almost throw 9. So clearly, all the teams, Chelsea in April, no, almost drop points, and West Ham also helped themselves in the relegation way. Now I want to break the conversation into bits. Arsenal first. I think, sir, I was here the narrative or the discussions around Arsenal. But again, it points towards the fact that so Obi Yadiena, it is bringing success. We would definitely want to find ways to discredit them. Pep Guardiola Barcelona team are no more channel. Now man for see we more referees we more. Everybody wanted Barca to lose. It got to a stage where a man for bomb pie say Yenshe Barca keke no mon. It happened. Meboa. Esi here. City Croyende. Akomia to meet now na ne kohuntinintini. City will win the league. Pep Guardiola. The same City winning games. No be a person feel omun lose bi. Meboa. Exactly. So Arsenal and whatever thing they are doing, people would definitely want to find ways to either discredit them or see them upstaged and fitting into a certain narrative. But I dare say they are costing the Arsenal and they are the best team in the league. No matter what anybody thinks. Their sexy team performance, Biano. Arsenal will be in the top 2 or be the top team. Why the what points the door league in him? Why Nasha goes to the door? Why the what the best defense? Why the winning matches the door? Every measuring yardstick, there's a team performance of course. Arsenal will be in the top 2 or be the top team. But there is this flagrant disregard of whatever thing they are doing. And then we are trying to focus on Omonyo maybe omoya and yes enyo but bedwana ni omonya adwen. Oh, and almost set piece I don't know mobile corners me who video be a fly on social media David Rai actually ball and no holding beyond 8 seconds. But then again, in trying to point out that particular incident as Arsenal quote unquote cheating, there is a misinterpretation of the laws. I'm rather say when the goalkeeper is not impeded, not our free access to the ball, then we start the count. But video and a lot of people are just following in that way. Let's start giving Arsenal the credit for what they are and not try to find reasons to discredit them for what they haven't done wrong. They are the best team in the league, and if they win the league, it is because they deserve it. And as I said, Enra, and found their approach, so far as it brings success, and your mommy and son, functionality, from open play, from set play, their approach, their strategy, is it functional? Yes, it is. Is it effective? Yes, it is. Deliver results? Yes, it is. If these 3 criteria are satisfied, I don't think say assume say no benten should shout straight from here to the sun. Arsenal for no more no more J League. No, give credit where it's due. What Arteta has done to build a team that is capable of competing in any aspect. I'm on Spurs, I'm about defensive. I'm delay time. That was an offensive-minded Arsenal team. Their approach, no. They won by 4-1. So one pass Arsenal could be a Musa could share Chelsea. It would have been a different outcome. So what matters is not necessarily the approach, so far as it does not fall foul to the loss of the game. If the approach is ugly, but it gets you the results, get it done. It may be a game. No, Arsenal did not know how to win ugly. And the same people, we pilloried them, we laughed at them. Yes, oh, and now we have labeled them perennial bottlers. And I'm saying, David, saying Kwani de Quaya who betrays Sadia Yemfa bin count. I feel already be count no Omoya banks or Mobejia. The same people who ridicule them are the same people trying to discredit them. Onya dear man in so the penny. as I said, Arsenal focus on the goal. So Muji Premier League title this season and come on the best, it will change from how Arteta broke a jinx and not how Arteta played. As simple and here. To Chelsea, Diano. Summer was a very busy window. Now, man for Bebre na Chelsea impe striker, Omunfa Wembra. Good. Then the conversation where, oh, Victor Gyökeres, Arsenal kofa sikakesi akomiaji we fama kakramame. Liverpool 150 million. Alexander Isak. No more to. Chelsea striker was an unfancied Joao Pedro and Liam Delap. Joao Pedro, he hadn't even scored double figures in terms of goals in the Premier League before. Into when a Chelsea coffee so many the line. No Simon were hoying. And Pempino, the end justifies the means. Like Yatia King. Be sure see ye Joao Pedro Dinicio. Near the other strikers or making moves in the Ebertonwa. Near catch say ye the best summer signing for a striker. Me sure say Dia Obefanie. Gyökeres, Isak, Ekitike, Delap, Shesko. Ode Buba Faton. I am sure so who year top 2 boy we be PM and obey the top 1. At the end of the sign, he came and he has delivered. Promise, the expectations, the man penny for the Kofane Bayern, he has demonstrated that. And for once, Chelsea being a striker, he is hitting 20 goals a season. This is Washer 17, Champions League Washer 3, and a Premier League Washer 14. The last time a Chelsea striker delivered 20 goals a season was Diego Costa, 2016-2017. Close to 10 years and now 10 seasons and a Chelsea didn't away. And the early promise, the early signs are positive. They got him at the right age too. 24, September no 25. Players need drew age say na your fan say hono no mu ebo no e biba beka ho mu peja. And the way I'm happy at Joao Pedro no, it is not about goals no na washe no, but the variety.
Yes. And
was 3 goals. 2 of the goals was mostly about positioning and then quick thinking. Newton and instinctive finishing. Yeah. The second goal Joao Pedro scored, it wasn't just about positioning. 1, what timing a run to beat the offside trap of Villa. 2, the turn to receive the ball. So what position and receive the ball here, it does not give you an advantage to hit the ball at goal. And then the finish. Keep an neighbor. Emi Martinez is a bulky figure or a stout or the podium now Boba fan who bebre. Then a penalty is not tie man for. So you need to be clever in trying to outwit Emi Martinez. Dink the ball over Emi Martinez with the unfavored left foot. The embodiment of a quality striker. Movement kahon, positioning kahon, quick thinking ability, and then finishing. Joao Pedro decided can the game now. And if he continues on this trajectory, then it won't be long. I think Brazil will find the answer to El Fenomeno, Ronaldo Luis Nazario da Lima. Now Ronaldo mojebo body and wait me, he can dribble, he can pass. Onimbo ne bopa. If you are looking for strikers or Munimbo bar, Joao Pedro can't be. Onimbo. The only thing that had to do was his maturity, mindset, and then coaching some of these qualities or attributes Amabobosono. And it has started to show. Inti acquire on Namsone dear, and acquire Anessa. And Chelsea have addressed an age-long problem with £55 million. The lap the end day yaboka. The lap the no yaboka. But what did Mama why?
Luna.
And Chelsea are top strikers pound. Falcao Bebobi, Fernando Torres Muina Bebo Afemako. Drew Beja Hoko and then Falcao Moben the name. Then Diego Costa emerged. Antonio Conte Adaroma, that was short lived. Then after Costa, Chelsea have gone through such a spell, including Bema Bode, Lukaku. And then they have João Pedro. He has started with a very good promise. The only thing is consistency and the ability to deliver that. Omutimiya and Rabat. Rosinia identified 3 things after that defeat to Arsenal. And Andra, it demonstrated. 1, the conduct of the Chelsea players. It was a reason I paid particular attention to Chelsea game. I didn't say, dear, so Brache Kakra, Enzo Fernandez. The yellow card no nya, I think they need to still talk to him. This season, open players or match yellow card par for dissent or challenging referee Enzo Fernandez count. And Andra, he got a yellow card for similar offense. And there was one particular Chelsea player on a yellow card. Who was it? Mekaidi, no Mekacho. But 2 yellow cards from that incident. You could see that there was a general consensus. João Pedro in yellow card. No? There was a general consensus that players will comport themselves and then not attract the unwanted red card that Ababe Albatross has sent Chelsea for Nomukom. 2, the goalkeeping issue. Sanchez and ne error-strewn performances or the in big games in crucial matches. He was definitely going to be a target for Villa. So what check Aston Villa team now? They press very high. And to keep any ball now, the keeper will be a target, especially when they know. So a tire mistake. But in Philip Jorgensen, and mostly it can be said players, the omutra training no. At times when you are reshemu at the omoko 2 game, especially preparing for a particular game, and Jorgensen proved it. Very composed, calm, and then passing with precision. It provided an important option for Chelsea. It was like Chelsea were 11 outfield players. There is an extra man or you free or and that was a very good decision taken by Liam Rosinia, which paid off. Third one here, these players, I think they are indispensable in the Chelsea team. João Pedro then they form, momentum, but we form anyway in the free one. These 3 players, Enzo Fernandez, Reece James, Moises Caicedo, if they are fit and available, they improve Chelsea's chances of winning. If they are not, it's a conversation. Se mienu kra free mo na say kra ba ko free ma hu se sinto wa ha. And on the evidence of what they have demonstrated throughout, any there omo demonstrating ye enra no, I think Chelsea have identified pillars on which to build this team and the squad. Reece James, Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, they are the pillars for the future.
Whoa, Mate, Mike, me that say, and I assure extensively, young breath and Ramene Yawade Beshe, how die about so be same in countries a dick no tree dear. Dear be saying,
okay, Emmanuel dear. There's a Emmanuel dick. I wait and then there's a dear tree.
And only my face.
I know, but
to me, debut. Dear air tree.
Charak Mumame, ye tune.
Godwin Tedia.
Aye.
Okay, Godwin Tedia. Okay, then the dick nebe Tedia.
Godwin
Tedia. Okay, Tedia. Tedia. Oh, Edio. Oh, Eddie. I want that. Oh. Papa Tedia, Mammy Tedia. Oh, fancy pa. Oh, why?
I like having a moon studio and I'm more shimmy.
Oh, Eddie, Mama said, oh, Mama said, I have phone in our hand. And I'm saying, you're a dean dear. I'm not Tedia. Philomena Tedia. Oh, why? Why you behaving like this?
And I can't say, Matia, Madam, I minimum yet in a cry. Shut up, Mamma is a system money. You
say Chris Wood. So, I know about it. Anyway, dear, said name, origin, Tedia. I know.
I know man, origin, Tedia. I was also born. That's how one guy.
The cube and some message about on a social. The cube keep the scout on. We are yeah, mamre. Yeah, you drew hobby another World Cup here, and the phenomenon is that I support the agenda say drew World Cup and a major tournament. There should be a quota for local players, but local players no media am for top performing local players. Say more opportunity with the Blasters because and you'll be our fault. Say Chrome had no sinakai, to be very honest with you. But this season, a season up, I'm not so much impressed with a lot of players, especially knowing that this year near World Cup year.
Yeah, in league, no yes. Players, no.
A lot of players are disappointing me.
Whoa.
And me but few. Because the last World Cup, I was with Danlad and then Mr. Alice, a friend, say, and you, Charlie. So now I say, you see, a man of Land Cruiser, a Bakumasi, a connected to Accra. It's everyone's dream. I don't think Kevin Prince Boateng best switch Ghana because he needed that World Cup. I want a profile so. I had you be a person so local player no crowded. One, you are disadvantaged because Sika Sam Wahano and you're the best. So if there should be anything to inspire, to motivate you, I had the fact that there is a World Cup and Pennyfuaka say there should be a quota for our local boys. There and your own ability. But a lot of the time, the mentality of some of our local boys, it breaks my heart. Me say, any be the talent be a duo, be it music, acting, football. Now, uncle down the road of going through the educational system, if you joke with a talent, you dear man. There's a high probability you end up as a pauper.
Oh.
Obi a did a chedi adoma chedi be a chow. So the any football. Would the any America, would the any a nyum to another. No one state discipline. Mm-hmm. No one fighting hard for it to be a reality. There's a huge tendency you end up in the future as a pauper. Ntiene ubetima start here of finance attack na bo a onimbo pa ene ebia sebi wadane convinceni
Mama Makai be 2012 say 2012 na Chelsea ball Champions League no
yeah
one player bi ana enim no Western ho na no hobi Mike ball
yeah
ono no de ne ball no free mu ba end drop here no catch us Mike ba ho because of the tie day etwi ball na ma or both left and right and Chelsea na kwame that time amoko fa wonu aba mekumo ma one game ana omobo Champions League what stadium on mo hebi only for no catch them ben so won wa dom mo won ekura njo ko hemo no nyesa enoma bedi
yeah you see
but it was a glorious opportunity and I'm say if you just do
yeah
but also wa dom mo
yeah you see for every gift given to man there should be a sacrifice somewhere. Achedie bia inti obi abaye sofo meka apapa fo no say oh me di we na say ebi wo ha na ye kosi and until this ma ansana there should be a sacrifice. There's no easy way out, especially from our part of the world. The system is built in such a way that you need to suffer before you gain. But a World Cup year, not the motivation of players. I was say a year crazy. On field, what's all my and new ma say a tenacity can wasema. We have a lot of things to justify why we are calling for X or Y player to be included in a Black Stars team. But baby Edri, I don't think you can mention more than 4 local players. What they are sorry, they deserve the call up.
Oh, Samu.
Mike, follow the Ghana League. Messiah follow. Can you mention more than 3 players be aside Asaria? Of you say they are so good that I would say the technical handlers are sure.
We say ata.
Yeah.
And one guy is an come born here or joining Ilan Kamaradin in there. Yeah, I understand, but I just say I can't say medium. I be any good stars strike an idiot.
You see,
I'll let me make a case.
Same Okase. Oh, yeah, sorry, Jinanche, memo trainer. It will be Salim Adams of Mediama. Hubert Joe to a certain extent, and Lord Amo, unfortunately.
I feel I better more Mobium.
No, I don't think so. I bet return. Jamekasa, I'm not being fair.
Okay,
he's my own boy.
Salim,
Joe, and a Lord Amo, and a Lord also Asia. Yes, in Tiami, say, you see, the poverty over here, no. Grace.
Go work up no per diem every day. And send our club no amount to be every day be have a spend day. And the World Cup will be on a scanner bar club on the streets.
So I was expecting say our boys in the local scene will go all out. We will go all out this season. Am I a proper and they even the numbers are Augustino crowd no is at the comfort zone. The numbers are when you're not cry a chance. Some of the young guys are now you're sure almost making the cut. And yet see how Augustino crowd be saying your Arab world as uncle. No, as uncle 600,000, 200,000. No, as they are building a life. Charlie Udru Kotokone has now arrived a honor, and I also you need to put me bobo ne necessary. Say Malam be crowd or them project me. I will do that. Yes, I mean the cause will be, but say I will go and do that.
Prayers.
Because yeah,
Malam yeah.
He said no.
You Muslim free. Malam he preacher.
Because I'm looking at
some Malam he preacher.
Yes, I'm
so no bompa mawa.
And then nam chief imam fee me da there be as I'm visiting here. I want luck.
Yes.
Because so Bejina has pa kon na ojina kotoko na tito na uti anye ya.
Asma okay so why Benjamin Asare or me fan say true definition of the what can I say unya chance na also rise to the top and friendly agro because Olympics omokro relegation na radio na me akra na watara be come here say okay assistant coach na oba no beka say ye dene background no 2-year deal was a house of folk edman kwa na a big problem and perform say 1 year watara kroya na gigina mu den and then look at
because very few players people and benya trust in you and say Asari Benjamin Asari and yet the platform house of folk and I can promise with every CD on me said there was no way Kobenya a shot at the Blasters.
Yes.
To our players, mobile teamer, you are fortunate to have the coverage, the eyeballs on you. So when you do mediama, Kotoko, House of Fuka, that is where you need to put in the hard work. Nehemiah no honor dear. Nezo ubi but Oba Kotoko has mediama now relax here, Charlie. And Kawan started to media no cranky. So it's a World Cup season coming in Kenya as many as 5 local players our the Blaster squad that they be called World Cup. But the reality is, you can't speak to a lot of them. Say this guy, that guy, because near your conversation here, the level of the World Cup. At the year when you could be who baby Umurai, AC Milan, way far. Into there is a huge because when you Blasters, I can't see him way he has been at the World Cup before, or both for Hasselfolk, or both for Kotoko, or both for Mediama. Charlie, only poverty now waving a goodbye. Maka, see the talent in the mouth, music. What we had the idea so was here for baby obi wo kro nya yi practice ansa na aba aha ne mfa talent nkwant na ha because actors of journalism emra bibiri wo mu a wofom a waso timi ehye senior man bi ekoye bi no ho kire na pa but the football the music arena wherever you find yourself you need to be disciplined now put it in much a lot of work because from here no now sa ko down you are likely to be a pauper.
Yeah, Bray.
May how no.
Hard dream. So yeah, but World Cup here na players' performances. Yeah, as a teacher in the na fin game. No sense of urgency from any of them, thinking that this is a World Cup here. We need to fight for our way into the national. Yeah. At the back home, say Blasters no to the World Cup due to expanded the number of teams in the tournament. Players I was here do more course so no. Yeah, anomo no so bebre. Ombedo so kakra chen said the near the omokono. See at least local players maybe about 2, 3, 4. I mean I share the same sentiment with people who feel like there should be a national team quota for the local Black Stars, local players because when the local Blasters exist be due to the fact that CAF so introduce African Super League and Nations League instead of Super League. Or we introduce Nations League into no the Black Galaxies no nyoma be also mo ye na ye twa chan mu no ebe hard drink akra. So this would have served as a motivation for the national team say at least me bought your league now. No an opportunity and there is a slot in the national team and be me ho amenya bi my day ahye but yaw in the long run me dream one ma say busa mo say players no kra no omo hu ni saying the opportunity to even work hard and fight well in a World Cup here to get into a team no kra to say no asa come mo slot because when mo slot na hana trimuda sa be kan kra
slot no so it means that one more jumbo na will be draw
that one too is there but
and guaranteed
trimuda ya do so too much. Trimudene does too much, and a lot of them have huge potential. Huge potential. Obobo nene or such. They have a bufu crowd system. Me players now. Manya visa kakrase dia or tikruma or visa be a bit midinako UK or visa be a bit midinako US or busuani bi or Denmark. Or more crowd bufu chain will be yeah. Obobo na kaso onye serious. I know I catch us on the no or visa with the whole. No, that kind of thing. No, a one trim like those things. A hard dream. Now, I want to go to me. Go on, be announced to be fast attitude. No attitude. Ninja. It's a Felix Anan. Oko US no na ona go ni bi. At least, oh yeah, you must have that go ni bi kama. You know. Not trimuden kete and then my bo or china me heart me or china me tia me ya. Players decide when to play and when not to play. And it hurts me say league, you know. Yes, because Kaya league I born this season pa. I was thinking baby na ka players be 5 and 6 ni edi omo nkomo. But now it's only one. The other two ba kwa kotona twene wo press conference mo ke kana adwe a kire no. So gina po ani ma tapping no ntimi tapping. The other one so akopra.
Wontumi pesa mo kire so obi any obi mu a se ba se ye me 5 slots and 4 slots cross side Benjamin Asaro obi ntimi
one thing I me there on the panel here say yeah tie nyina obi are Ghana Premier League ni bi deep and then change say ye hebi na ni atie ni asikyira
no kroma dem so obi na ho
ye Ghana
mo ko ba bia
ye ko ba bia e tie no nyina ya ho bo ni bi de e tere bi morning league na ye hwe ne de kakra bi o ya ho Benjamin Asari looks way above a lot of players in the league. The Oka will be a goalkeeper come out and Guinea for us after the summer Besenko. What did they mention as no? Osesibe is playing well, but you look at the current centre backs in the national team. No Busan was one Osesibe to be two. Yeah, what did they mention as no? Positions are why a brepa left back and right back. Samuel Kumni Harrison for I don't know mobile yeah no. And also Kebuse and say Benjamin because Black Stars in FIFA no yaw a home wire. Ashimerunya team ni mu ra emi refi. There's Partey, there is Sibo, there's a lot of players. Otuado Dobe wo ho Elisha. Yo, players ni bebrebe. Francis Abu hu tone ba. Eni mo kra de, aye so twe wunyi no. Fata Usha kumu wo ho.
No mo outside the mo na so ba no ma be hwe.
And yo, when we see the question is, she no mo be hwe sa level ni ha say, o be boy be ka so a world class who. That is true because in our league there are certain players you watch them and yow basic diseases. You see, I didn't want to say this, but I'm casting with yow. Blasters local players live because I know be as for them we kakra say as for them say bia you can say Wontumi onyo Wontumi nye ade be kire bi obi a wabobo outside be a obeti ase be 2 or 3 minutes no. Local players is onya abotre chene the reason why say
bia no coach in
certain players because the whole basic stuff because the World Cup you are not there to go and exhibit. I feel we be control ball. I feel we be no. You heard the background of Obi to say Samuel Lukum, the background of Obi to say Harrison Afo. She will be a normal free bar. Our Mudewe Black Stars in him. Benjamin Asari, the reason why he's in posts, he's proving himself. Okodem no wadam ye unu so timi da. Ano sa ba has no. Ya wasa be cheso na the difference. Ye players ne koba national team no mo ba kra na yaw. Omo be bo omo club na unu se we kra wa kwa aba wo. There are few of them. Kamara Dini, for example, solid. Okwa Blaster by league near boy, she goes and medium she goes near right back and wine. On one show difference. And then the Hilan, or Kojini Sika.
Boy, and there was a World Cup no Kobe.
Was I Kojini Sika or Hilan?
Say beating young born and fin tower.
Midweek we go, Asasha go. Midweek, Asasha go Rwanda.
Yamiachana, dear.
But all your positions now available now a fullbacks. They say fullbacks say what Ghana has a per league idea fullbacks say fullbacks
na work about say Kamara no kobo too
yaw say na make say league na sem kwampo na me make Kamara di dey obi any problem na me busa mo say league a boy fullbacks e boy league pa fullbacks ayam Lord am one say ono so akọ prayer ono so dey tinche because no ene chire bibi say at least ko beti bi dey akọ bibi no no so etimi afa nko yi yaw a hard dream. The quality of the league and the position in the Black Stars, some of the players we need to recognize. Men and come about terrible to Krumasi, Akadua Misiti, Abirame, Yaw. Abo season we know. Because when you say a positioner within the national team, remember Adomako solid. By Yaw, Black Stars team will be one or Bruno so. Aziz Swedru or Blacks, we say one or Bruno so. And the Baba da Munebo has straight. Ransford Mensa Bobia no contain or Bro so. Patrick said this is in Bob and Wabon the Papa be a brother and so. We keep on asking questions. Okay, some test can almost have a boy, but as a for an ambo Mike. After no crown no call blaster by ya. On our kofa issue ice chest a man forecast local player come man I say boy no. On no crack by and we sound performance and it is a standard what team up again. That is the big problem we are having in this country. And the Basa would defend it local boys in the Kranana. Yaw, who come on and cast in our country. Now, my come and no cast in our bandit team. Let's see how the league ends and how some of these players will be able to.
Mike Bray, Braga Krabi now.
City for the post to be a Koto X City Sports. Mebacho Munja is Adiano. Amating country biasa or yet training akobo World Cup munya
no pay
my mom said
so say ahead of World Cup
kwede wakachi obi so ope World Cup ako
do you say be more sell more
no it is just to say have sentiment. It's not fair to Amate. I have not heard him or seen him speak in relation to say or per World Cup ako me pacha munya Debbie caption. Shadrach check what's up. Shadrach check what's up. So okay. Former
Leicester City defender Daniel Amate has been undertaking intensive physical training on the University of Ghana campus to sharpen his fitness ahead of the 2026 World Cup.
I have physical way now. Omo jet training. No, omo you also prepare for World Cup. Yes, Remo. Na Ghana for me name say yes yet ochina. Obo say nkomo na gain traction. Na Amate on pay baby ntina. Oh, mama brighter than me no. Mama brighter no on me no. Mesremo. Mama on me no. Ye pamuchopi. Mama on me no. Back to the substantive issue. Prince Teko now our Sporty Studios.
Yeah, Mekai.
Earlier this week, okay, say Shadrach video now already about my Emrena Swana.
Sumbani planning remote video. Okay, yentimi anya cry, bet me another day.
Shadrach code me video.
So tell with the na already moment Prince Teko.
Made to what I see as a player or as a player. When we were playing, I'll go back to what I said before. When we're playing, it's not that we're too good, but I think we have certain good luck and spiritual backing that protects the team. You know, and these things always comes with, like what I said about giving. When you're a player or you're a blaster player, I mean, you don't show love to the people that comes to cheer you up or the people that you used to know when you started. It becomes a problem, and these are the same people that make sure they pray for the team, because sometimes we do contribution and we do charity and all those things. So I want to see much of those kind of stuff in the new team, because I don't think this new team does that.
They do that enough.
Because let me tell you something. I mean, some of us, we are in Ghana, and excuse me to say, I can tell you that 90% of the people that watch these current blasters used to say they are stingy. Yeah, I'm telling you the fact. Maybe people will not have the
now Ghana for no do omo bompire omo kai Black Stars wom and then entisa ye onyo mebia na 34 ne ya enne for no monye nti ode emrena so nti another time
na so ka so mo ye sana ye wo so mo ye stingy na stingy na say che we ga we maisa say che maisa
Presido
o say chi den
Presido the financial secretary
wow yama me akosi ya dem baro power specialist eba
pa be bo fifi
ara wo sa che dia na pa bra me do be jina mi be my class here me be jina mi okay on sa che dia na so bo tu ya na ara wo so dia na den ya na
fancy